Good morning. It is February 7th, 7:27. We need to leave here in 3 minutes. I have to be at the surgery place. 8 o'clock. I'm so nervous. I woke up at like before 5 and I've been tossing and turning ever since then. And yeah, I think my anxiety right now, it's like from two things. One is getting the anesthesia because I'm so terrified I'm not going to wake up. That's like my biggest thing. I'm trying to just like be like Madison. Don't think about it. We're fine. And then number two, I'm really scared that it's not going to turn out the way that I want it to turn out. So we just got to get the anxiety under control. And yeah, so anyways, I'm going to go gather my stuff and we're going to get ready and go. We're in the car. We're about 13 minutes late because this one took forever to get out of the house.
Sorry, I had a meeting.
And I was honking the horn. And why are they braking? The guy has no one in front of him. It's raining.
Madison's nervous.
I'm nervous. Why are you braking? This person does not know how to drive. Like, what is wrong with you? He's busy picking his nose. Anyways, on our way to the surgery center, we're gonna get some new boobies. We'll see how this goes. I'm nervous about the anesthesia. This truck is like going.
She's worried she's not gonna wake up. She didn't sleep last night, tossing and turning all night.
Did you feel me tossing and turning?
Yes. She's talked to Riley and Kinsey this morning like she might never see them again.
It's nerve-wracking, okay? It's very nerve-wracking. But I don't know, we'll see. All right, 6 minutes away now. Here we go. Whatever, you're like a veteran when it comes to surgeries.
Suspension and everything.
All right, it is currently, he's on his way. We ordered DoorDash. It is currently 6:50 p.m. now after surgery. What time did I get out of surgery, babe? I think you text the family.
1:30.
Let's see. At 1:25, he texts this family that I came out of surgery. So how everything went in is we got in there and filled out paperwork. They took me to the back, and that's where we did like the blood pressure, everything, checked my vitals. And then she's like, all right, we're gonna put the IV in you. I fainted. It was no bueno. So she put the IV in me, which hurt, and then I made the mistake by looking over to the left and I saw a bunch of blood. And then as I came to look up, everything just started like, my whole body started heating up. And I was just like full on sweat mode, and everything just started to go black. And I said, I'm going to faint. And so luckily I was sitting down, so I laid back, I closed my eyes, I breathed, and then I was dreaming about something, and I was completely out, but I was dreaming, and then all of a sudden I hear this voice, and I slowly start opening my eyes. I just see this black figure, like, because I can't make anything out, and then she's like, are you back? Are you back? And she was asking me questions, and I guess I was responding, but I was very not coherent on responding. But I came to, I had like water droplets all over my face. She was like wiped me down because I was in a full-on sweat. And then we had to wait for the anesthesiologist to get there. He got caught in the really bad traffic that we got caught in. So he had to wait there. And then he came in, then they brought me into the operating room, and I laid down. He set me up with everything, gave me some oxygen with breathing, all that. And then he's like, all right, we're gonna time travel. And I time traveled. So then I woke up and they called Ross, they wheeled me out, and I was so nauseous and my boobs hurt so bad. I was actually in pain and the car ride home, but I remember just being so nauseous and still really out of it. And then I think I used the restroom, and I came and laid down. Ross gave me all my medication, so I started taking the pain meds, and I was like, I need a Zofran so bad. I am so nauseous. I thought I was going to throw up. And so I asked for a Zofran and a trash bag, and I just passed out. I slept for like, what, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Slept for 3 hours. And Ross, what did you do the whole time?
I was working and then I took a nap.
Well, no. What did you do while I was in surgery? Where'd you go?
Oh, I was in the car working, and then I went and got breakfast tacos at Snooze, and I went over there because I knew that they had a place called Sprinkles, and I was gonna surprise Madison with some cupcakes.
I know. He got me 6 cupcakes. And I told him, I was like, they look like titties. No boobs. Anyways, so I got 6 cupcakes that I'm going to eat. And I am starving because I haven't eaten today. I ate yogurt with my pain meds because I needed to eat something. But I ate some yogurt with my pain meds. And I haven't eaten since. So I'm really, really hungry. So we ordered wings, which I'm super stoked about. So yeah, we ordered wings and we're gonna eat in bed. Ross is watching his show. I'll probably set up a show for me here because we don't like the same shows. But yeah, so that's the plan. We go in tomorrow for our 9 a.m. checkup, and we might go a little bit earlier now, it just depends, but we're gonna go in tomorrow early and get everything looked at and checked, and then we'll take it easy. And then my next appointment is not until Friday in the morning. But basically no really moving arm movement or anything. Walking is really good, but no like keep arm movement limited. So yeah, but I would say my pain scale right now is probably a 5 to a 6. When I got out of surgery, I was so out of it. I would say it was like a 7 to an 8 because I really wanted to take pain meds because I was hurting. So I would say that's, and I think it's mainly hurting around my areolas, or my nipple area, because they cut everything around there. So that's what I can feel right now. I can feel that right now. But that's where I would say my pain is. And then I just have like this is a comfortable bra. I just have my surgical bra on here. So I'm just kind of sticky. But anyways, I will check in with you guys in a little bit and update you on my pain scale. Hopefully I can fall asleep tonight because I just slept a lot today. I hope I'm not up all night. Okay, so where I left off was the video of me basically waking up from my sweet, sweet slumber after I got home from my surgery. So, oh my goodness, I was watching that back and I was like, I was so out of it and I was so swollen too. Oh my gosh, I would say like, you know, some things to be ready for is that you definitely like swell, and I swell very easily. Same thing in pregnancy, everything. Even if I'm traveling, I can get swollen pretty quickly, and you could see it in my face just how swollen it was. I was retaining so much water for so long. I would say probably up until just about a couple days ago. Right now I'm actually a little over 1 week post-op. I would say a couple days ago is when the swelling is starting to go down from my face. Like you can see my face is a lot more slimmer than what it was in that video. And I just felt so bloated. I felt so just puffy and just big. It literally felt like postpartum. That's what I kind of describe post-op, like after surgery, like how you feel. It reminds me a lot of postpartum, or even just like everything, because you can only sleep on your back. You can't even sleep on your side with this one, which is kind of like when the end of your pregnancy, when you can just like really sleep on your back. You can sleep on your side in pregnancy, but you can't sleep on your stomach. And then also just postpartum, like after having a baby, like just the way your body doesn't feel like normal, you don't feel right, you can't really get a good night's sleep, everything. And even sweats, like I even got some, like I would say some sweats that I'm still getting from after the surgery because my body's sweating out all of the medicine. It reminds me so much of postpartum. But I would say just about up to like, you know, mid last week, which is probably about 5 days or so after the surgery, is when my body started feeling a little bit more normal. I'm gonna go into a part 3 where it's gonna be way more on my recovery, so I'll dive into that more there. But just like first like initial looking at that, I was like, oh my god, I was so swollen. But also, I kind of explained, like, I fainted. So I had so much anxiety leading up to the surgery, and it just got so bad that morning. I was like, you know, I'm pretty good at controlling it and like mentally like being able, but I was really nervous and really scared. And what happened was, I sit down in this chair, they're gonna put the IV in me of fluids before you even go to the back for the operating room. Like, they just get some fluids in you already. So she was putting the little IV holder thingy in me, and it was hurting, and she was like digging in there for a while, and I was kind of like, so I kind of was like, ow. But then I looked down at my arm because I was like, why is it like, what's going on here? I looked down and there was so much blood, like not a lot of blood, but to me it was a lot. I was on the outside, so I saw a lot of blood, and I'm not used to seeing that, like especially with the needles and stuff. So I looked over there, and I all of a sudden just kind of went back in the chair and looked up, and I was like, oh no, I just got heat. My whole body just started heating up. I was sweating. Things started, like, everything kind of started narrowing, going to black. And I was like, I told her, because I faint I faint so easily. And I know my signs, and I told her, I was like, I'm gonna faint right now. So I go, I'm gonna close my eyes and I'll let you know when I'm awake. And so I fainted. I had this crazy dream about drive-through or something. I didn't even know what it really was about. It was just about something going through a drive-through somewhere. I don't know. And then as I was coming to, I just see this black silhouette of her, and she's like, are you back? Are you here? Are you back with us or back with me? And I was just like, in my head, I was like, I don't even know where I am right now. I literally did not know where I was. That's how much I was like out of it. But then I like came back, and I came to, and I realized, I was like, wait, we haven't even done the surgery yet. I just fainted. So we got the fluids in me. I started feeling a lot better, and then the anesthesiologist finally got there, thank God. I think that was another thing that got my anxiety so high, is that we had to wait for him to get there because he was running late, and it just made me wait longer and deal with the anxiety of like the surgery and everything, and it just wasn't good. So it just got me really nervous. I remember when I laid down in the operating room, he's like, are you all comfortable? I was like, I go, just take good care of me. He's like, we'll take good care of you. I was so scared. And he's like, okay, it's time to time travel. And then boop, you guys see me. But yeah, it was, I was just so a lot of nerves. I think I even said to the nurse, like, going in there to go walk to the back, I was like, do you guys have any anxiety meds that you can give me right now? Because I am a mess. I got nothing. I could have used some. But yeah, so I made it through, and then I woke up. I remember when I woke up, I was in a lot of pain, but I was so out of it too, and I was so nauseous. I remember being so nauseous in the car on the way home. I didn't even know really what was going on, but I was so nauseous in the car. I didn't say anything to Ross. I kind of just closed my eyes and just like tried to sleep. And then we got back home, and I laid down on the bed, and they have you bring your medications there, and I figured they would give it to me there, but they didn't. I wish that they would have given me the pain meds there, and also the Zofran that I brought. But I had Ross grab it out of the bag, and I was like, can you please grab it out of the bag, and I need to take, and so he gave me my pain meds, and then I was like, I need the Zofran. I'm going to throw up. Like, I felt so nauseous, and so he gave me the Zofran, and then immediately I was just like laying back, and then I just closed my eyes and I just fell asleep. Slept for 3 hours, and I woke up and I was still kind of out of it. And honestly, looking back at because I was working and doing emails, not that night, but like the next few days or so afterwards, and just being on pain meds, and I was like, wow, I have a lot of typos, and you could definitely tell I wasn't like still fully out of it. It just wasn't like, it wasn't 100% on it like Maddie always is. So yeah, so that was fun, and I just took it easy. Thankfully, my ex, he took the girls for the week, so I was able to rest, and that was huge. There's no way I could have done it with the girls here. It would have been really, really tough. I slept a lot, so like the night like of my surgery, when I woke up at like 6 p.m.,
after I got home and everything, I was up, I felt better, and I stayed up till like 1 a.m. because I slept literally the whole day. And then Saturday and Sunday, I was on the pain med still, so I just relaxed. I worked a little bit on my computer, and I was sore, not, you know, it was still really hurting. It was hard to move and stuff. And I basically, for the first week, you have to have T-Rex arms. You can't reach much further than that. You got to just have T-Rex arms because you don't want to pull anything, and honestly, you can't. So I did that, and then I would say Monday was the first day I was able to stop taking the pain meds, and I was fine. I think I took ibuprofen maybe twice since then. That's it. I haven't taken anything. On Monday, I was like relaxing. I stopped taking the pain meds. I went out to watch Ross play pickleball, so I got some sun and socialized. So that was really nice because I finally got out of the house, so that felt really good. But I'll go over a lot more of this stuff like further on in my part 3 recovery video. But that was just like the initial like after surgery. So just so if you guys want to know like how to feel like right afterwards. So definitely like pain. Pain was like probably a 7 when I got out of surgery. I call a pain a 10 when I'm fainted because I do faint from pain. Like if it's excruciating pain, I'll faint. So for me, it was probably about a 7, and then manageable 5 to 6 for the couple days after that. But also with sizing, so as I told you guys before, when we went in there, we went in with basically 250, 275, and 300. So we went in with those sizes, and then he placed them in to see what would look best and everything for my body, and we ended up going with 275 cc in my right and then 300 cc in my left, because my right was bigger and it has more breast tissue in it already, so we didn't have to go as big, and we wanted to equal them out. So that's why we did that. And then the 300 over here because it's less, and so now they look good. I finally was able to look at them a couple days ago, you guys. I didn't look at them right away. So I remember being at the post-op appointment, and they were kind of taking things off, and I already got lightheaded. Like I can't handle this stuff very well, so I finally looked at them a few days ago, and they look good. Now I can handle it. Basically, my incisions are, this is like the perfect little thing for me to explain what happened around my boobs. So if you imagine that the nipple's right in here, so this is like the areola, you know? So my incisions are all the way around, and then straight down, and then it goes out like this under the fold like a crescent, just like this whole thing is like an anchor. And that's basically what I have. It's all incisions because we remove the areolas, move them up to make them higher up because we did the lift. And then also we made my right one equal to my left because it was bigger. And then we have this whole incision. I thought I was only going to have a little bit of an incision like underneath here, but it's like all the way. I didn't realize it was so much now that I'm finally looking at it. So I would say the thing that was like is the most painful, especially when I came out of surgery, is my nipples. My nipples are the part that hurts the most out of it all, and still hurts. I don't feel really anything on the incisions, other areas. It's mainly my nipples that hurt. And I think that's, yeah. So that's why it's like when you talk to people that have an augmentation, they're like, oh, it's so easy. It's a quick recovery and everything like that. Because it's like only just the incision underneath the fold, but the lift or the mastopexy is just so much more things, anatomy that's getting moved around, and the nipples are already really sensitive, and it can go either way. Like you can be like numbness there until like you can get that feeling back over like the next like month or so, or you could be really hypersensitive, and I feel like mine are hypersensitive. I feel like I feel everything way more. And that's like probably the most uncomfortable thing post is the hypersensitivity in my nipples right now, because that's like the most uncomfortable. And then also that's where my most pain is. So if you're planning on getting a mastopexy lift, we know all that, same thing. Just be ready for that really feeling of the nipples. You feel a lot there. But yes, so with sizing though now, because as you guys can see, I've lost a lot of swelling and everything. My body, like I'm not retaining as much water anymore, which is great. So one thing that I noticed is my surgical bras, I like started off, like first I got a large, and then when I was changing my bra after post and stuff, I realized it was too big. I was like, I can't, this is no support. It's actually hurting way more. And you want to be really well supported. So I had to order mediums. And so I ordered mediums. And then now my mediums are almost getting too big too, to where I don't feel like I have enough support anymore because I'm losing that swelling. All that swelling kind of left me. So I'm getting like skinnier there. So it's now I just ordered a size small. These ones are my favorite. I'm gonna have a separate video about everything that I recommend because I have been through so many. I've ordered so many of these bras. I'm gonna talk to you guys about what my favorite ones are. But so I just ordered a small of this one to wear, so that way that will fit me better. And then the way that it's done is you take a surgical pad like right here. These are the 8x10s, and you do one. You basically put one on this side and then one on this side because they don't want the stitches, even though they have terry tape over them, they don't want those rubbing up against your bra or anything or accidentally getting snagged or irritated. So you want to have this padding in between. So I have that now for about 2 to 3 weeks total post-op. So right now I'm a little over a week post-op, so I still have another 1 to 2 weeks of stitches, and then they're gonna dissolve, and there's gonna be some areas I think he has to cut, but most of them are dissolvable. So that's great. So that's kind of like that ordeal there. But like I said, with sizing now, it's so different. So I actually got a little impatient and I was like, I just kind of want to see what this looks like in like my other tops, you know? So I grabbed one of my pickleball tops that I always wear. They're these Viore daily crop tops. I would live in them because they're shelf bras. They're so comfortable and I play pickle in them all the time. So I was a medium and I put it on. And I realized, I was like, oh my God, now that my boobs are up and out and they're not like, you know, flat and like a lot of skin and everything, and I didn't need the coverage anymore, my top sizing has changed. So I'm now pretty much, I think I'm gonna be a small on it. So I ordered a couple smalls to see how those will fit. But now I think I'm gonna be a small in them because of the way my boobs now are sitting. It's very different. I don't need the coverage like I needed in the medium tops. So I'm kind of worried that a lot of my clothes are gonna be too big now. Crap, because it really changed everything. Like I actually measured my band size and I measured my cup size now. And I originally was a 34D, which it's like was mainly just because of the skin and everything. I needed that cup, I needed that D cup for the coverage. Now I am a 32D. So that's what I measured. That's why that band size has changed so much, like with these things and stuff. Like it's because now my boobs are lifted. I don't have that excess skin that's creating that bigger width around me. Now it's all proportional and it's actually smaller now. So that's why I've had to go down in smaller bras. I'm gonna wait until like I finally like am fully healed and I don't have stitches anymore to really get size and everything, because you have to wait a long time for wired bras. It's gonna be interesting to see more of the outcome, but right now what I'm noticing is that I'm definitely gonna be smaller here now than what I was before. So but the size so far, I really like it. So I kind of even questioned, I was like, Ross, I was like, should I have gone bigger? I haven't really shown him yet. I told him I'm waiting till the end, but he's like, no. He goes, this is the perfect. I think he was kind of, because I was really swollen in the very beginning. So we were in that post-op appointment the next day. The doctor was showing him the bandages and how, so he kind of saw everything. And he's like, it wasn't bloody at all. He goes, it really was like really clean. And he goes, they're big. I think he was kind of worried with how big they were. But then he's like, no, I think now they're like the perfect size. Nothing too big. So yeah, so he's like, this will be way better for you because you like sports, you like to be active. And he goes, you don't want them in the way. And I'm like, I know, that's true. So, and he's like not really into that look either. So yeah, so I think so far everything is going to turn out good. I'm really liking where it's going, but I thought that was so interesting about the sizing. So this is like a really good note for anyone that's like thinking about getting a lift, is once they do that, you could be a different size around your band, because I didn't even think about that. And now I'm high profile too, so it's like up and out. So I'm not having to fill the space in here anymore, because before everything was in here. So that's why that's really created a different sizing on me now, which I thought was really interesting. But Like I said, I'm going to be doing a part 3, which is going to be talking way more in depth about my recovery and timelines and everything. I've been keeping notes of each day on my phone so I can go over them with you guys, and it can be helpful for anyone who else is like thinking about going about this, what to expect, what you need. I'm gonna have a separate video of stuff that I actually really recommend that I've tried with bras and stuff. I haven't gotten into any scar stuff yet because I still have stitches, so I can't use any scar gels or anything like that, so I can't really talk about those yet, but I can definitely talk about like the paddings that you need, the bras that I prefer, other things around you that can help make your life a lot easier. I will do a way more in-depth video because I did like a haul of what I got, but now I've got a really good idea of what I actually recommend and what is really good and what I think would work for a lot of other people. So hope you guys found the video helpful, and I will see you guys in my part 3 of my recovery.